The other day, I had a conversation with someone that is approaching retirement age and they want to quit working, but they haven't saved any money at all. They are trying to increase their income streams right now so that they have money to help support their lifestyle in retirement. But unfortunately, this is going to be really difficult for them starting from scratch. And while it's not impossible, it's definitely a scary place to be. If you want to approach retirement and have a comfortable and less risky experience where you're able to quit working and still afford the lifestyle that you love, you need to avoid certain mistakes. In this video, I'm going to go over 6 different retirement mistakes that you should avoid if you want to be able to retire one day when you're ready to quit working and live a life that is free and happy and less stressful than that situation. So the number one mistake to avoid is not investing for retirement at all. Unfortunately, this person that I know did do that, and it's a little too late because they're already at retirement age. But if you are anywhere before retirement age, whether you're 20 or you're 50, you can start investing now. This is a mistake that you can fix if you haven't been investing. Start now. The younger you start, the better off you'll be. But even if you're older, even if you're feeling like it's a little too late to start investing for retirement, it's not. Definitely start investing something. It's easy to feel like you'll never be able to retire, but unfortunately some people are forced into retirement whether they like it or not. Sometimes you physically just can't work anymore. Sometimes you are laid off because of your age and you can't find another position because of age discrimination. While it's not something that we want to accept, it is something that's real, and a lot of people are no longer able to work because they either physically can't or can't find work. So if you are planning to never retire and so you're not saving and investing for retirement for that reason because you think you'll work forever, you need to reevaluate and start investing something. This is incredibly important, so don't make this mistake. The next mistake is not saving enough for retirement. Too many people are investing too little for eventual retirement. If you start young, you're able to invest less money over time over your working career because you're doing it for longer, but you still need to investing 15% or even more. This is so that you're able to have a nest egg that is large enough to support your needs and your lifestyle in retirement. If you're older and starting later, you need to invest a much larger percentage of your income to your retirement goals. And if you're just getting started, maybe you can't afford to cut out 25% of your income to put toward an eventual retirement. Maybe that feels unrealistic. So start small and get 1% going into your 401k. Start small and put $25, $50 a month toward a Roth IRA. Start where you are, but start now. Then increase every 6 months to a year the percentage that you're putting toward that goal. It will be gradual, yes, so you will lose out on a little bit of time, but over time you can keep increasing. A lot of people feel like they can't give up the money now because, of course, life is so expensive, especially with inflation, but there is the need for future you to have money, and you are the only person that is going to look out for the future version of yourself. You alone. So you need to make sure that you are putting away money for that future version of yourself. You'll be really thankful later, and you may have to give up a little bit now and sacrifice now for that, but you are able to start small, and then as your income increases or over time, as you get more used to missing that money from your budget every single time you get paid, you're able to increase the amount and slowly increase the rate that you are investing, so you are able to then put away 5%, then put away 10% of your income, then 15%, and keep going up over time. Make sure you make those changes, set it on your calendar or whenever you need to review it so that you're able to eventually be investing enough money to eventually retire. Not saving enough and not having a big enough nest egg when you do retire is a huge problem for a lot of people, and it leads them to make decisions that they wish they didn't have to make just to survive. So to avoid that and to be less stressed and have more options, definitely make sure that you are saving and investing enough money over your working life. Another mistake people are making for retirement is carrying high interest debt. Unfortunately, credit cards are a two-edged sword. On one hand, you can get rewards and benefits that are amazing if you can use them and pay them off. On the other hand, the interest rates are incredibly high and you're paying paying 20, 25, 30% interest on your purchases if you aren't able to pay off that balance. This is a really high amount on the money that you borrowed, and in most cases, I would consider it a financial emergency. You do not need to carry a credit card balance for any reason, especially going into retirement. Making sure that you have a debt payoff plan and you pay off your high interest credit card debt before you retire is incredibly important. If you retire with these bills, if they are just lingering and you think, oh, they'll just be there forever and I'll never pay them and then I'll die or whatever, that's fine. That's an idea, but you also might end up being sued and then the money's gonna be taken from you anyway. Some people have had to return to work to pay off those high interest debts, and that's not always a good position to be when you've retired and then you're looking for a job just to make sure that you pay off this debt. So a good option, a mistake to avoid, is to pay off all your high interest debt and then retire with as little debt as possible, because that will make your life so much easier. The next mistake for retirement that people are making is not having a plan. This is super important because you need to have a plan in order to retire and then a plan for after retirement as well. This is true for both the money side and what you'll be spending your time on. You need to make sure that you know the retirement number of how much money you need to have invested, how much money you're going to need for your lifestyle each year. If you need $80,000, maybe you need a $2 million nest egg. If you need less than that, you'll need less money in your nest egg. If you are able to have a couple different income streams in retirement, you'll need less money. These are things that you need to sit down and work on and know. If you're younger, the plan might not be as fleshed out as if you are 60 and nearing retirement age. But if you are able to sit down and create a plan and have a detailed amount that you're aiming for and that you'll be spending in retirement, this is incredibly helpful. Too many people avoid this. They don't want to sit down and think about it. They don't want to do the numbers. They don't want to do anything to do with this. And that is unfortunate because it's really important. It's the thing that allows you to retire, and everyone I know that has successfully quit working and is living a decent lifestyle in retirement has done this. They've had a plan. Some have had financial advisors help them with that plan, and they've been able to transition from working to living a life without a job, and it's gone well and they've done a good job. On the other hand, you also need a plan for what you will be doing in retirement. Some people do not transition to retirement well. I've seen it before, and unfortunately some people can have just like a mental break because it's such a different lifestyle. If you've been working a career for 40 years, you're really used to that lifestyle, and then all of a sudden you have a lot of free time, and what do you do with it? You need to have a plan for what you'll be doing, and even with a plan it's still hard, but you need to have a plan for what you'll be filling your time with, how you'll find purpose in your life, and how you will spend your retirement. Having a plan will allow you to be fulfilled and purposeful, and it will give you a way to spend your money that makes sense without you just spending down all your money trying to fill a void because you don't feel the same purpose and happiness that you did when you were working. So definitely sit down and make this plan, and don't make this mistake. Another mistake people are making is overlooking their health in their retirement plans. So you need to start thinking about your health long before retirement, and taking care of your health for the long run and making sure that you enter retirement as healthy as possible will allow you to need less money. It means you have to save up less. It means that you will spend less in retirement. The more health problems that you can get under control early and make sure that they stay under control by living a healthy lifestyle is a great way to just need less money for retirement. If you are spending a ton of money on medical bills when you retire because you have so many health issues, that's gonna add up, and that's gonna make things way more stressful and much harder. Poor health can be really expensive to manage, and it can also make your ability to enjoy retirement way less likely. This is definitely overlooked because a lot of people focus really intensely on the numbers and the amount that they need to save, but by taking care of your health, you're able to kind of fudge those numbers. If you have not been able to save and invest enough, if you know that you're not gonna be able to hit your retirement number, make sure that you focus on your health if that's the case, because you're gonna be able to work longer. You might be able to work during retirement. You might be able to just go without as much money because you don't need to cover as many health expenses. This is something that personally I've been working on over the last couple of years because I realized I was getting older, so I need to start taking better care of my health, and that's been something that I'm really happy about that because I know that's going to pay off in the long run and help me have a more fulfilled and less expensive retirement. And the final mistake to avoid is not adjusting your spending habits. So this is something that is really important for people that are getting close to retirement. They are going into the last couple of years where they are planning their retirement already maybe, weekly. This is something I've seen family members recently as they've gotten closer to retirement doing, and it's very important for you to adjust your spending so that you're going into retirement with a lifestyle that will be affordable on the money that you have. If you haven't saved and invested anything like we talked about in the beginning, if you're going to be retiring into just having a once a month social security check, then you might have a drastic spending change coming. You might have to cut back a lot. And the way to do this is to gradually do it over the years before you hit that mark, so that maybe you're in the last couple of years able to cut back your spending a lot. You're able to adjust your spending habits and put that extra away just so that you have a little bit of money just to get you through. Not everyone goes into retirement with a reduced income. Some people actually have more income per month when they retire than when they were working because they have a pension, they have a 401k, they have social security. There are some people that actually make more money in retirement, which is amazing. But for most people, you're going to be earning a little bit less per month. You're also going to be budgeting differently because you likely have a once a month payment versus the bi-weekly or weekly paychecks you got throughout your working career. So you need to start adjusting to a different spending lifestyle than you previously had because you're going to need to match whatever you have coming in. If you're overspending and racking up debt in retirement, this is putting you in a really rough place because trying to look for work when you're older is hard. Trying to pay down debt when you're older is hard, and it's a lot easier to reduce your expenses, to live below your means, to adjust your spending, especially as you approach retirement and going into retirement, than it is to try to earn more money. So this is something that you should be doing as you get closer and closer to retirement. Definitely be realistic with yourself and adjust what you're spending to what you will have coming in every single month when you retire. If you take these tips seriously, you avoid these mistakes, it's definitely possible, and I am so happy to see some people retiring and living these amazing lives, enjoying the time that they have, enjoying the people in their lives and the things that they've accumulated and the way that they've set up their lifestyle. It's so awesome, and it's possible for you too. If you take these tips seriously and you get started, you can retire, I can retire, and we can all have an eventual life that is what we dream of. The only person that's going to make this happen for you is you. Future you is relying on current you to make these changes, to invest your money, to save your money, to make sure that you are making a plan and following it. They need you to do this. So take care of the future version of yourself. You're the only one that's going to do it. And if you want to learn how to retire with enough money to live a comfortable life, definitely check out this next video.